This is everything I know about getting abs so fast, it feels kinda illegal. Story time. It's morning, you turn on the lights, walk to the bathroom, look into the mirror, and funny enough, your belly, is still there. Now, after promising yourself this was finally the year you'd get abs, to impress Susie, just so you can feel what it's like to have rock hard chisel stomach. Question is, how many years has it been like this? And like me, you probably tried it all. Calories counting, cardio, lifting heavy, chicken and broccoli, and a bunch of diets. However, at the end of the day, you always burn yourself out and say,
I ate a lot of bad food.
So, what? Well, what the f are you gonna do now? You quit. Again.
Badass belly.
Don't preach to me, fatso. I can preach to you all.
Then you binge watch 200 more fitness YouTube videos like that somehow counted as progress. Now, hello, my name is Matt, I'm currently 23, and what I told you just now was a story of my life. Stuck in that cycle for years, and nothing seemed to work. Like at one point, bro, I was blaming my genetics and I blamed my parents for feeding me so much f***ing rice. However, guess what? Once I cracked the code, I leaned down so fast, it almost felt illegal. In this video, I'm giving you everything I know about getting shredded that has worked for me. So of course, you don't spend years just playing around in confusion and waste so much time like I did. Alright, save yourself some time.
Okay, so just so you know, I am not capping, I'm not lying. It jiggles.
And by the way, I'm just gonna cut the bullshit entirely and not waste your time. The first thing that I would be talking about is fixing your expectation, because if your expectations are fucked, then you're fucked. A lot of people like to talk about getting abs by cutting a bunch of calories, doing a bunch of fucking cardio, and doing abs exercises. Guess what? That's only part of the truth. However, of course, even though it works, it hasn't worked for you. So, let's get to number one. Let's stop fucking around, bro. Stop wasting time. Number one, fix your expectations or stay fat forever. Like old me, everyone is out there hunting for the hack. Shortcut workouts, magic diet, some random influencer fat burning secret. And guess what? As long as you're hunting for these hacks, you're just gonna postpone the period in which you're gonna get abs. The secret has always been hiding in plain sight. The first time of getting abs for me, it took years because, well, I kept looking for cheat codes like it was some video games I used to play. However, thing is, there's no cheat code. You realize that, right? Unless you're gonna hop on some, you're probably gonna be sweating for a little bit more than most people. However, you're gonna be doing the work that they're not willing to do. So you're gonna look as if, well, they can't look that way. Back in the days, every shortcut I chased just delayed me more. Let me give you a solution. Progress, at least for me, happened 10 times faster when I admitted these things. Number one, there are no hacks. The hacks that you're fucking searching for is in the hard work that you're avoiding. Okay, that's the magic. Number two,
You gotta get up. Give him the update.
you either put in the sweat or you stay the same. Of course, we're not lucky in terms of genetics to be model-like looking, having fast metabolism so that we're lean throughout. By default, I'm a fat ass. Understand that much. Even though our genetic cards might not be the best, as guys, if you're like me, we just roll with the punches and say, f it, we ball. And we're just gonna make it because we're not gonna be a bitch and quit like every other time. Alright? You can only be a bitch for so long before you say, this is, I can't live this way anymore. Ka-ching. And finally,
I'm at about 175 pounds right now. I think the goal weight that I should cut down toward is about 140 or 150. I think at 140, hollow cheeks are gonna pop in. At 150, you can see abs 100%.
you gotta set realistic expectations, okay? However, you must work as if you can make the unrealistic ideals real. And if you can do this, bro, chances are you're gonna have abs. Even though you might not look as big as some of these guys online, you're still gonna look 10 times better than how you look right now. You know what I'm trying to say. Number two, it's not a problem with you being undisciplined. It's your identity. If I had to ask you this question, look at these pictures, right? You probably say this guy is lazy. And if you look at these pictures, you probably think the same guy is disciplined and self-motivated. Except what I didn't tell you is that those pictures are of me. I can tell you, laziness was never a problem. You don't lack discipline. You just haven't fully decided to trade your current life for a better one. People always like to say, he's just disciplined or he's motivated. They're saying things that they don't even comprehend. It was never about discipline or motivation for me. I just wanted the pain of being invisible to stop. I wanted people to actually know that I existed, because I went along with my life as if I was replaceable. And that shit hurts a lot. The pain of staying average finally outweighed the pain of change for me. And that's when everything clicked. Not just for abs, by the way. It was for everything. Number 3. It's not just calories. It's when, what, and why you eat. Now, it's kind of obvious, bro, but everybody loves to talk about this. It's calories in and calories out. No one talks about the real triggers to your appetite and how food will actually affect your progress and how you feel.
You have to be in a daily deficit of 1,000 calories per day.
Technically, it's one of my meals, because 1,000 fucking calories. That's like a meal for me. So, 60 days. 60 days.
If it was that simple, everybody would have abs, except, we're emotional human beings. We're not logical at a certain degree. So you gotta understand what I'm about to say. For me, eating like I had no self-respect and no self-control was because of 4 things. Let me list it out for you. Number 1, poor sleep. Number 2, stress. Number 3, emotional eating due to personal issues.
Look at this.
And number 4, late night snacking, like a dumbass. When I lost the most amount of fat, I was cutting out a lot of carbs, and I stacked my meals into a very specific eating time window. It's called fasting.
It is 5:37. I don't know if you can see that. But that's just for you to know that I'm not bullshitting about my fasting. This is my first meal of the day.
I ate within a 4 to 8 hour time window. However, towards the end of my cutting cycle last year, I was eating every single one of my meal within a 2 hour time window, and those meals were very rich in protein and fats. However, those weren't the only thing that helped me lean down. I also fixed my mental health issues, right? I stopped feeling as if I was broken. I stopped feeling as if I'm my own worst enemy. I genuinely started to like myself again, and that made all the difference. In dieting sense, just stop snacking, stop grazing, stop eating as if you're trying to stuff away your emotion. Stop running away. Try to eat big meals that are rich in nutrients and just keep your fucking carbs low. This will make sure that you don't crash out so often and quit so often that you just keep walking in a circle. And finally, understand this, bro. Your appetite isn't broken. Your lifestyle and emotional problem is the real culprit that's not getting you anywhere. So fix these things, and then everything else just become a lot easier.
I tried to give you everything I know that got me moving along, but at the end of the day, it's still up to you to walk.
Number 4, audit your life inputs. This is where the fat gains really starts. That was a play on words, but gains, fat gains. Anyways, look at the guys who have the physique you want, and then ask yourself, what are they doing that I'm not doing every single day? For me, bro, it was pretty simple. I had to nuke all of these things because they robbed me of my precious energy, time, and focus. You're gonna need 3 of those things if you're gonna fix your body and fix literally any other area of your life. My body changed, not because I fixed my diet first. However, individually, I eliminated all the bad habits that stood in the way of making a diet actually stick.
I'm tired.
Your body or physique is simply a receipt of all your current inputs, and that means, plainly, fix your damn habits that's robbing your energy. No more cheap dopamine. Number 5, your natural default setting dictates your approach. If I could tell myself something so long ago, it would be this. You're not broken. You're just following advice not built for your own brain. Understand, you're not a carbon copy of somebody else. You don't have to play by their rule. You can break the rules, play by your own system that works individually for you. If you're obsessive, ADHD, perfectionistic, tracking every calories, even though, it probably work, it's a mental trap. Let me explain. Don't get me wrong, counting calories work 100%. However, for us, we're the people that like brain dead stuff. We like to find things that work and we know it works, and then we spam that shit over and over. Alright? Too much obsessing over everything. Every single fucking food you put in your mouth will have everything fall into pieces. Now, I gave myself permission to simplify everything so that it works like a combo from a video game. I legit eat similar meals, or literally the same meal every single day. Now, the reason for this is if you want to bulk up or lose weight when you eat similar meals every single day, it's as easy as adding or removing a single meal. And, well, adding in more activity if you're trying to lean down is that simple. Number 2, I weigh myself. Because I don't track all my food, I don't mind weighing myself once in the morning. I actually don't weigh myself anymore because I'm not into the micromanaging stuff anymore. However, the first time I lean down, I literally weigh myself every single day so that, well, I know where I'm going in terms of my body weight, and that the first time around, it's very useful to track everything just so you get into the habit of knowing what you're doing, what inputs give you certain outputs. And finally, if you do all those things, bro, you lock into one of those brain dead systems that just melts fat. Like, I've done this. Other guys have done this. It's like gaming. I talked about this earlier, but once you find that broken combo, you spam that shit until you beat that level. Now, by the way, I do apologize. I kinda lied to you guys. This video isn't really about getting abs.
I'm gonna become a different person, not just physically. Because physically is the easy part, but mentally.
It's about you finally proving to yourself that you're not going to keep wasting years with whatever you want, right? Because at the end of the day, abs is one of the things that is hard to get. However, if you can learn the lessons from leaning down, you can take and apply to any other areas of your life. Because deep down, you already know, if you don't fix one single problem within your life, you'll be standing in front of the mirror next year, belly out, saying the same shit.
Why is success not for me?
However, next time, it won't just be getting abs. It might be fixing your social life, fixing your confidence, fixing your money problems. Same shit, different day. And I promise you, bro, that regret hits harder than any hunger ever will. Or maybe the pain of working out when nobody sees anything in you, right? Anyways, hope that was useful. If you need any help, link in the bio. And as always, I'll see you next time.
Good man, I gotta turn.